Imagine the scene. Crystal chandeliers glittering above, golden cutlery set on long banquet tables, and two of the most recognizable figures in the world sitting across from each other. Donald Trump, the former U.S. president, and King Charles III, the newly crowned monarch of the United Kingdom. What happens when American political flamboyance meets centuries-old British royal tradition? Tonight, we're diving into the story of Donald Trump's royal visit to England and the much-talked-about dinner with King Charles. Royal visits are never just about etiquette, fine dining, or pageantry. They're about diplomacy, symbolism, and sometimes controversy. When Donald Trump made his official state visit to the United Kingdom, headlines were dominated not just by politics, but by how he interacted with the royal family. While Queen Elizabeth II was the figure most associated with Trump's visits, King Charles, then Prince of Wales and later monarch, played a significant role. The royal dinner with Charles wasn't just a meal, it was a stage for cultural clashes, political undertones, and some unforgettable moments. So, what exactly happened during this dinner? How did Trump's personality mesh or clash with the traditions of Buckingham Palace? And what did this visit reveal about the relationship between America and the United Kingdom? Let's break it down. 1. Setting the stage. Donald Trump's visit to the UK in June 2019 was officially a state visit, an event carefully choreographed by both governments. Such visits are rare and considered the highest honor Britain can extend to a foreign leader. For the Trump state visit, the crown jewel of the itinerary was a lavish state banquet at Buckingham Palace. Hosted by Queen Elizabeth II, it brought together members of the royal family, high-ranking UK officials, and of course, King Charles and Camilla. But even before the dinner began, Trump had already sparked international buzz. His outspoken opinions on London politics, his sometimes unorthodox behavior, and his reputation for breaking protocol had everyone wondering, would Trump respect royal tradition or rewrite it? 2. The dinner etiquette. Royal banquets follow centuries-old traditions. Every detail, from the seating arrangement to the menu, is meticulously planned. Guests are expected to follow strict etiquette. No speaking out of turn, no improvising, and certainly no dominating the spotlight. But Donald Trump is no ordinary guest. Known for his bold personality, he walked into the dinner with his usual confidence. Seated alongside Queen Elizabeth, he delivered a toast that praised the eternal friendship between the US and the UK. Meanwhile, King Charles was seated nearby, engaging Trump in conversations that reportedly revolved around climate change, the environment, and global affairs. This wasn't random small talk. Charles has long been passionate about environmental causes, while Trump has often been skeptical of climate policies. The dinner table became not just a site of luxury, but a platform for subtle debate. 3rd clash of styles. Trump is a man who thrives on bold statements, while King Charles embodies the reserved, traditional British approach. According to reports, Charles spent significant time with Trump discussing environmental issues, hoping to persuade him to take climate action more seriously. Observers noted that Trump appeared to listen respectfully, but his later comments suggested he wasn't entirely swayed. Still, the mere fact that the future king engaged in such a lengthy discussion with Trump was telling. It showed Charles's willingness to use soft diplomacy to push his lifelong causes. The contrast was striking. The grandeur of Buckingham Palace, the centuries-old rituals of monarchy, and Trump's modern, sometimes disruptive style of leadership. 4. Public reactions. The dinner wasn't just about those inside the palace, it was a global media event. Photographs of Trump with the Queen, King Charles, and other royals dominated headlines. Fashion critics analyzed Melania Trump's Dior gown, while political commentators debated the symbolism of Trump being seated so close to the monarch. But reactions were mixed. Supporters praised the visit as a strong affirmation of US-UK relations, while critics saw it as awkward, pointing to moments where Trump appeared to break minor royal protocols, like occasionally walking ahead of the Queen or gesturing in ways considered too casual. As for King Charles, he was largely praised for his diplomacy and calm demeanor. For a man who had waited decades to ascend the throne, his ability to balance royal tradition with political tact impressed many. 5. Legacy of the visit. So what lasting impact did Trump's royal dinner with King Charles leave? On the surface, it was a grand spectacle of pageantry, tradition, and international friendship. But underneath, it highlighted the differences between two worlds: American populist politics and British monarchy. For Charles, the dinner was a chance to showcase his role not just as a ceremonial figure, but as someone willing to engage global leaders on serious issues. For Trump, it was an opportunity to display his status on the world stage, posing with royalty and reinforcing the special relationship between the US and the UK. In the end, the dinner didn't drastically change policies or relations, but it created a snapshot in history, a symbolic meeting between a controversial American president and a future British king. The royal banquet between Donald Trump and King Charles wasn't just about food and fancy speeches. It was a moment where personalities, traditions, and politics collided. Trump brought his larger-than-life presence. Charles brought centuries of royal duty and diplomacy, and together they created a scene that will be remembered as part of the ongoing story between America and Britain. As King Charles now reigns and Donald Trump continues to influence US politics, that dinner stands as a reminder. When history's most powerful figures share a table, the conversation is never just about what's on the menu. It's about the future of nations.